Welcome to Dear Diary, the self-love podcast. This is your place to dive deep into personal development and self-love inspiration, connecting you to your intuition, your body, and your higher self, while unlocking and activating your confidence and inner power, inspiring you to show up and choose you over everything that gets thrown in your way, instead of listening to the limiting beliefs running around inside of your head. We will explore a variety of topics from conquering fear, letting go of doubt, self-awareness, mom guilt, trusting your intuition, along with a ton of self-care tools that I'll be sharing along the way. With solo sessions and a magnetic guest list of remarkable souls, this is my platform to empower others while using my voice to share my self-love, growth, and healing journey. I hope that this podcast serves you well and you get as much value from it as I do sharing it. So here we go. Welcome back to another episode of Dear Diary, the self-love podcast. I am your host, Amanda Beatty, and I'm really excited for today's episode. You ever have something that you've been really either wanting to create or wanting to manifest, or just something that's been in your heart? It's alive inside of there, whether you're getting in your way or you have imposter syndrome or you're a procrastinator or you just don't think that you can do it, or fear of success, fear of failure, all the things. But it's just there. It's alive inside of you. It's active inside of you. It's something that you deeply desire to experience, to birth into the world, to create, whatever it is. It's just that burning yearning of I want to do this. I want to do this thing. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's producing your music. Maybe it's quitting your job. Maybe it's quitting your relationship. Maybe it's starting a new relationship. Maybe it's having a baby, getting married, buying a house. It doesn't matter. That is what I've been experiencing for the last year. And this past year was really one of the heaviest, hardest, crunchiest years of my life. And it's no surprise that in the beginning of all of that was when I really wanted to create this thing. And then life happened and it just kept snowballing and snowballing. And I felt further and further away from this project. But yet I talked about it consistently in my journal. I meditated on it consistently. I daydreamed on it. I talked with my coaches about it. I talked with my other friends and support systems and community. And it's always been at the forefront, but I just wasn't ready. And don't get me wrong, there were a lot of times where I got in my way about it, where I was like, this is just you in your fear. This is just you being lazy. This is just you not trying hard enough. The stories and the inner critic and just all of it was so active at times. And then I really got to this place of trust and surrender and leaning into it's not ready to be created yet. It's not ready to be put out into the world yet. There's still something here for you to learn. There's still places for you to grow. There's still it's like I just accepted that it wasn't meant to be. And it's right now. Wasn't meant to be right now. And as soon as I was okay, this is what I want it to be like. This is what I want it to feel like. This is what I want to, this was my intention behind creating this project. And I'm going to get into what it is. Don't worry. This isn't a full-blown teaser episode. I'm just I know I can't be alone in experiencing this, right? Something that you've just been aching and yearning to do, but you haven't yet. Why? Why are you putting it off? So as soon as I started to surrender, you know what? I know what I want it to be like, feel like, all the things. I mean, I literally have this project created in my mind down to every last detail. It was literally just a matter of getting into alignment with creating it, getting into the energy that I desire to be in, to birth it out into the world, to share it with you guys, with my people, my fam. And as soon as I softened into, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's going to be so beautiful and so supportive for so many people. It'll be done when it's done. I will create it when I create it. And there's no rush. What is the rush? Soon as I relax, like truly, there was plenty of times where I'm like, oh, it'll get done when it'll get done. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, when? Or like, I'll do it when it's time. Right now, it's not time. I need to find the right platform. I need to find the right structure. I need to find the right, I'm not going to put pressure on myself. And then I would put pressure on myself, like subconsciously, inner critically, in my journal, like, why can't you just do this thing? So, but as soon as I relaxed and said, it will get done when it gets done, when it's time to be done, it was time. Shortly thereafter. So, what I'm about to share with you is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. And I can tell you one thing: if you are listening now and you are on your personal development journey, getting started on your healing journey, knee deep, a seasoned vet in your healing journey, self-discovery journey, like whatever it is, the process of learning and remembering and unlearning everything about who you are and who you're meant to be and why you're here, and like getting into the depths of you, coming back home to you. If you are anywhere in this, looking for more peace, more clarity, more purpose, more love, more joy, this is for you. And I'm really excited. So, and the funny thing is, you've probably heard me talk, like I've even shared it with you before. I'm sure somewhere in this podcast thread, there is an episode where I talk about the healing sanctuary. And that is what I'm going to talk to you about today. I am so excited. So if you are looking for support, tools, resources, connection, community, guidance, mentorship, accountability, activation, this is for you. I wanted a place, and so I'm going to start all the way back at the beginning. I was in the weeds one day in my office, sitting at my desk, and I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. Fully activated in a trigger, like in the weeds, all the emotions up at the surface. I didn't know what to do with them. I'm like, this is when I go to my tools, right? I go to my toolbox and I'm like, okay, what do I have here? I've got breath work. I've got meditation. I've got journaling. I've got somatic movement. I've got these practices. I've got these audios I can listen to, but they were all in different spots. I have a breathwork app. I have another breathwork website. I have a somatic healing thing. I have my playlist on Spotify. Then there's the journal. And it was just like, it's too hard. I need something really easy so that when I'm feeling some sort of way, or I'm looking to connect to my highest self and inspire and activate and energize myself, when I'm looking to alter my energy, alter my state of being, raise my vibration, when I'm looking to do some work on myself, I want it to be easy. I want it all in one place. I want it to feel safe and nourishing. And I just want to click and then find what I need to find, and then click and then listen and then breathe and then soften and surrender and feel and trust and shift my energy to exactly what I desire. And so that's when I was like, ooh, I'm going to create that. I want it to feel like a sanctuary. I want it to be healing and supportive. Thus, the healing sanctuary was born in my mind at this point. And I knew I wanted a really safe, intimate space for women to come to have access to tools, resources, meditations, audios, breathworks, practices, somatic practices, journaling practices, one-on-one support, community support. Like I literally wanted it to be a lifeline and a survival guide for women to transform and heal and empower themselves. Because so often we look outside of ourselves to shift, to fix, to heal, to fix what's going on in the inside. And we have the medicine within us already. So I wanted it to be an abundance of tools, but an abundance of tools that brought you back home to you, right? And oh God, it's just, I'm really excited for this. I am a part of a lot of different communities, and I have not found anything like this exactly that I have created. And I am so excited to release it out into the world. But this is where you come in. Before I do, I want to test it out. I want to see if it's as supportive as I feel like it is. I want to see what tweaks and kinks I can work out. I want feedback, and I want to hear what you think about the Healing Sanctuary. So I would love to, and I'm going to offer you access, early access to be a beta tester. We are going to launch the second week in April. So I'm recording this now, April 1st. So in about 10 days, we're going to be launching the early access beta test phase. And I think when I decided to do that, that felt more aligned than just releasing it and then figuring it out along the way. Because basically, when you join me now, you're getting in at ground level, like ground zero. We are just starting this all out. The library of tools and resources already is jam-packed with different resources for anything from getting out of fear to overcoming doubt, finding safety within your body, stepping into your highest self, feeling empowered, energizing yourself, getting over anxiety. Like there are so many different tools that I'm like, I want to see like what does everybody like the most, right? Like what does everybody feel like is the most supportive? And so everything's going to be listed in the show notes of how you can join me for this. But I'm going to do a small number of beta testers, and I would love for you to join me if you're listening and if this sounds like something that you would be interested in. We are going to be inside of a small, intimate community. You'll have all the tools, the resources, the meditation audios, the journaling prompts, like all the things, becoming a better feeler. What is somatic healing? What is breath work? Like, why do I use these things? And these are tools that I literally use every single day in one capacity or another. If I'm having a really good day, I use these tools to amplify that good vibration and that energy and that alignment to further my creativity, to further my level of inner peace. And then there are days where I am fucking in the weeds and I am feeling it. Like I am in it. And then I turn to these tools as a lifeline to access safety in my body, to overcome fear, to get out of my head, to calm my emotional state. And so there's a wide variety of tools. And then on top of that, this is where I'm like, this is what I haven't experienced. I've experienced tons of tools and tons of places, but this is where it gets really yummy and juicy and intimate. You are also going to get access to, so you have the tools, you have the resources, you have the practices, you will have the intimate community, so you can connect with other women that are on this path with you, other like-minded souls. We're going to get together once a month for a community call. That theme is going to change monthly. We're going to do workshops. We're going to have connection calls. We're going to have support calls. Like it's going to be forever changing. You will also, I'm so excited for this. You're also going to get access to my workshops that I host monthly. I host a breath workshop breathwork workshop once a month, and embodied alchemy, my somatic healing workshop, once a month. So you will get access to both of those. Plus, you're going to get an all-day inbox coaching pass with me. So you'll have the community aspect, but you're also going to get one-on-one support, because I think that that's really important, having the dynamic of both, because there's some days where I don't really necessarily want to be in connection with community in regards to, whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm navigating. And so that one-on-one support is nice. So you're going to get an all-day access pass to be in your inbox with me, like I'm in your back pocket, bouncing back and forth. What are you experiencing? What are you feeling? What are you navigating? Where do you feel stuck? What is overwhelming you? What are you working on? And inbox coaching is, y'all, it's fucking good. It's so, so, so fucking good. So that is the Healing Sanctuary. And this is just for the first month. So you get access to all of this. It's going to be a monthly membership community. And for the first month, I want to try the beta testers out. So you will have access to it for the entire month. There's an application that I need you to fill out. It's very quick. It takes 2 seconds, but it's really just questions to give me an idea of where you're at on your healing journey. What are some things that you're experiencing? Where are you at in regards to what your typical energy is on a day-to-day basis, and just to get a feel so that I can support you as best as possible. And then once you fill out that application, I'm going to send you a welcome email. It's $22 to be a beta tester, y'all. Like, freaking, are you kidding me? For an entire month filled with all of that yummy juiciness that I just mentioned. And I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. This is just the beginning. This monthly membership community is something that I'm so passionate about, because I can just see it growing into like an entire movement, to be honest with you. Because I think that a lot of times when we navigate life, sometimes all we just fucking need is a tool, is to know that we have support, is to know that we have a tribe. And yes, family is amazing. Our friends are amazing. Like, bring your family, bring your friends in here. But to have a community of like-minded souls on this journey, doing the work, we just get it. We just freaking get it. There are things that I can share, like with my soul tribe, in my healing communities, that I just simply can't share with my partner or my best friend or my parents, right? They just don't get it, right? And that's not to shame them or blame them or put them down or anything like that, but it's just, if you're not doing this work, you just don't understand it, right? So gather together in community with a sanctuary filled with tools and resources, so that when you're navigating life, you literally have a fucking survival guide. You've got, when you say, like, as a parent, you're like, they didn't come with books. Like, where is the parent guidebook on how to do this? I want this to be your like survival guide. Funny story, actually, now that I'm saying that, one of the top listened to episodes, one of the top downloaded episodes, is an episode called, I don't know if this is exactly it, but Your Self-Love Survival Guide. And it's literally me sharing everything that I'm going to be putting inside of the Healing Sanctuary. In fact, now that I'm saying this, I'm like, I'm going to go back to that episode and see if I even talked about the Healing Sanctuary in there. I bet I did. I bet I did. So that is all I have for you today. I am so excited to be releasing this. Don't wait on this. I'm going to close the doors for the beta testers once I get a number. I don't even know what the number is, but once I get enough women in there that it just feels correct, I'm going to close the doors. It won't open up again until May. And then you will have access to join the membership community, but get in while you can. And while it's super cheap and affordable, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is it. This is why no matter how many times we daydream about creating something so incredible and so inspiring, don't give up. It's okay that it takes longer than you think that it should. It's okay if the timeline feels too long. It's okay if you procrastinate and get in your way, as long as you keep going with the willingness and the determination and the relentless grit that it takes to lean into your edge and do something scary and create something that maybe you never have before. And here's the thing, a lot of the times when I would get in my head, I'm like, who would want this? And immediately my inner critic would go, no one. And then right after that, it was like, no, that's a fucking lie. Everyone would want to experience this. Are you kidding me? So I'm sure there's some of you listening right now that like want to do this thing so badly, and you're just like, I don't have what it takes. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not creative enough. You are. If it's something that's been on your heart that you've been wanting to release into the world, do it. There's a reason why it stays at the forefront of your mind. There's a reason why it stays embedded deep within your heart. It is meant for you. It is meant for you, my love. And I hope that you can take this. It took me, we're literally going on a year now. In fact, as soon as I decided to like surrender and just give up the timeline of this project, the memories on social media from a year ago started popping up. And it was like, oh, something is coming. I'm birthing something. I'm creating something. The healing sanctuary, doors will open soon. And it was like, oh, okay, I see you. All right, maybe it's time to pick this back up again. As soon as I like, I didn't even realize it had been a year. I knew it had been a long time, but I didn't realize it had been a full year. And again, I'm like, oh, God, a year? You sat on this for a year? You know how many people you could have been helping within a year? It's okay. It's okay. And the funny thing is also, like, there's also this other part of the lesson in this. Trusting your intuition. I'm going to keep this real short because I want to be done with this. But trusting your intuition. You know how many times I'd send out an email about this, or I would create a graphic about this, or I actually did launch it. I even put it on my website, and it was on Facebook, and I hated it. 3 women joined. And I hated it. I didn't want it on Facebook. When I'm in the weeds, the last place I want to be is on social media. No, thank you, girlfriend. Like, no. And so I remember speaking to my dear friend Jen, and she was one of the girls that joined. And I was like, it doesn't feel right to have it on Facebook. Like, I want my own app. Like, I want to skip a lot of steps. And I want my own app. Like, I want my own space. I want it to feel like a sanctuary. Facebook does not feel like a sanctuary in any means. And so, like, there would be these little things that would happen that would just be like, you know what? Actually, that's a no. No, you know what? Actually, that doesn't feel correct. You know what? Actually, that doesn't feel aligned for what I want to create. And it was like all of these closed doors kept happening. And I just kept walking further, looking for the next open door and the next open door. And they all just kept closing me. Like everything pointed to no. And so it would have been really easy for me to get in my head and be like, this is not meant for you. You are not supposed to be doing this. Think of something else. Find another thing, right? Like maybe you're supposed to write a book called The Healing Sanctuary. I don't freaking know. Like maybe in 20 years or 10 years, you're supposed to open a bed and breakfast retreat that's called The Healing Sanctuary. Like maybe that's it, which stay tuned. But no, I was like, no, this is it. I get to figure it out. I get to really just get into alignment with what is correct. And then I get to fucking do it messy, which is what the beta tests are. Like the beta testing is. It's going to be messy in there. We're going to figure this out. I want to make sure that one call a month is enough and maybe you don't need more, or one day inbox pass is good, maybe you need a week. I want to see if you want me to do one-on-one calls with you too. Like, I want to see all the things. Like, what is going to be the most supportive thing for you on your journey to bring you back home to you, into your power, into your knowing, into who you've always meant to be, into who you were always meant to be before life happened and you were told that you were none of these things, and you experienced traumas, and you got in your head and you started living life on autopilot, and you started having anxiety and depression, and you gave up on yourself. That's what I want it to be. I want this space to be a space for healers, because healers need healing too. Us coaches, like, I don't know what I would do without community. I would not be the coach that I am, guiding and holding and witnessing and supporting my clients, if I wasn't doing this work too. So this community is for everyone. In fact, I've already messaged every single woman that I've worked with, and some of them I haven't worked with in years. Some of them are just beginning their healing journey. Some of them only attended one workshop. Some of them have been on their journey for years. And so I love the variety that I already have in here of women that are ready to give this a go with me and see what it feels like and experience a really powerful month. Like, even if you just joined this month for $22 and experienced all that there was to offer, like, holy shift that you could make in your life. This feels so yummy. Okay, that is it for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in the Healing Sanctuary. Everything will be linked in my show notes. I'm so excited. I will see you guys soon. And I know this will not be the last time that I talk about this. So I hope you have the best April ever, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks. Take care. And that is it for today's episode. I hope that these words activated and inspired something inside of you. And if they did, please share this episode with a friend or on your social media, and feel free to tag me so that I can say thank you. The more people who hear these words along their path, the more we can help inspire and heal the world. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a review. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Sending love and light until next time. I'll see you soon.